So my intentions for this video, I fully intended to take these tomatoes, how do you do it? These are tomatoes and those are tomatoes. They were in these pots and some are here and some are here and some are here. So good. So my intentions with this video was I don't have room for all these plants. I don't have any room at all. This is my mom's yard. I'm kind of doing this garden technically against her will a little bit. But my intentions were to go through all of these plants and just decapitate the ones that weren't looking great so I can thin them down. I intended to sell them, these plants over here, for sale. Nobody wanted them, and then I tried to give them away. Nobody still wants them, so I was gonna get rid of some. And I went through them and they're all so healthy. I can't do it. So I just put them up against the, look at this girl. I just put them up against the garage wall, and maybe I'll put a little more soil back here in this little corner and plant them in because I can't kill them. They're my babies. Let's do like a mini garden tour because look at these nasturtiums. First of all, they're delicious. Second of all, look at how pretty they are. Look at that color. They're so pretty. And I got some peppers. Since I put these in the ground, they haven't really grown much, but I ate one of these jalapenos yesterday, and oh boy, I think these are these jalapenos or serranos? Like I said last time, all of the labels got washed away in the rain, so I don't really know. I think these are Thai peppers, the super long ones, and I think they ripen to red. But these are very prolific, like every plant. It's like, what's that? Is that mildew? Looks like it has some kind of mildew there. Nope, no it's not. I think this one grew, I think this is a bell. This grew a little bit since I put it in the ground, maybe. I don't know, not sure. I'm just letting them just jam out and do their thing, you know. These tomatoes, like my last video, I cut all the fruit off and I cut a lot of the leaves off, and they definitely have grown. And yes, I keep very close track because I'm a little obsessed. And here we have, oh, it's grown since this morning, my eggplant flower. These are all eggplants here, and this is the only one with a flower. They were in those pots for a really long time, and you see here I put some radishes in there and some Swiss chard, or I think that's actually a little beet coming through. There's some beans back here, beans and beans, a bunch of beans I put back here. I'm gonna get a tea post to put back here, but radishes are my favorite thing to grow because they grow so fast, and I really just wanted to get that covered, so I kind of just like scattered some seeds throughout here. And of course we have all the peppers, and these are more eggplants. I'm not hopeful about these, but yeah. And these are rudbeckias, and these are just some tomatoes I threw in here. They're not really planted in, but this is here for now. And these are my mature tomatoes. I've been snacking off of these since they became ripe a few days ago. And this one is definitely growing because I think the last few days I fertilized it in this bunch. And these are growing up here. These, it got above 95 a couple weeks ago, and the blossoms started to like fry. But we have some tiny ones and they're still growing upward. So I just staked it today. These peppers, I don't know if they're jalapenos or serranos or what, but these were like barely existent yesterday and they're really big. This was a yellow pepper. It's not planted in, so it's turning white. I'm thinking about taking this pepper off and I'm sorry and planting it in. This is the Rudbeckia that I discovered the other day that's opened up since this morning. She's so pretty. This one is really coming in, and I'm sure these are going to be coming in soon. And these tomatoes here, these were so small when I planted them in, and now the stem is really growing. I think it's especially since I staked them up. The ones that are staked up are definitely growing much faster, and they're growing so many leaves, and I see the fruit coming on. So if it's going to be like over 95, I'm definitely, oh yeah, there's some new fruit, and I just cut off all the fruit. So yeah, that was a really good call for me to cut off all of the fruit the other day, because since then they've all grown a lot. So I'm happy about that, at least. I decided to put the rest of my pepper plants back here in this corner where those tomatoes were and just fill this spot out. You know what I was thinking about when I was doing this? How are you going to ask some children how many pickled peppers did Peter Parker pick? First of all, you don't pick pickled peppers. You have to grow the pepper and then pickle them after. This is a problem with our educational system. You're confusing children. The pickles don't, the peppers don't come pickled. You got to pickle them yourself. He picked fresh peppers and then he went and got some ball jars and got the ball canning book and followed the instructions precisely, because you can get botulism if you don't do it carefully. So next time somebody asks you how many pickled peppers did Peter Parker pick, tell them none. He had to pickle them himself. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's crazy how I'm like so sad that I would even have to think about killing these tomatoes. But the fact is, tomatoes are so resilient. These can still be revived. Like, look at all those roots. But it's still sad. I might put these in a pitcher of water. I'm sorry, tomatoes.